Hey, so my name's Danny, and the thing I've chosen to show you guys or demonstrate is how to draw. Um, it's something that I've spent a lot of my life doing. I'm no expert. I haven't taken any art classes, but I like to spend my time doodling and drawing, and I painted a chalkboard on my kitchen wall over here, and occasionally I will draw something. Um, that my daughter likes. As you can see, we've cut some Pokemon and plastered them on the wall behind us. In the past, I've drawn some of her favorite characters from books that she likes, like Captain Underpants, um, Land Before Time, um, and then Jurassic Park. So I'm not going to demonstrate how to draw on the chalkboard because it's very time consuming and actually pretty messy, and I don't really want to clean it all up. But I will take just a couple of minutes and just kind of show you how you can draw um, something that looks pretty simple but can kind of be a little complicated in execution. If you just start with some basic shapes. Um, yeah, I'm not very good with the camera. Sorry. And I'll just do that on a piece of paper. So give me a second. So the first thing you guys are going to want to get is supplies. Here we've got lined paper. I just don't have any blank drawing paper. A pencil. I prefer just your regular number two pencil. I don't get all carried away with graphite drawings. An eraser, and of course a pencil sharpener. And then you're also going to need some inspiration, which I will find. Okay. So I'm a big fan of Batman, and I think the animated series is one of my favorite shows to watch with my daughter. Um, we're gonna take this stance that Batman has on the cover of the animated series, and we're gonna transpose that to here. And the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna take some very basic shapes from the character here, and we're gonna just transpose his basic shape over here, and then we're gonna refine that. And what we're gonna be looking at as far as basic shapes are those real geometric shapes. So we'll take a look at the face and we can see it's very squared and round. It's almost like there's a box with kind of a semicircle on top. And then we're gonna see that his shoulders have this kind of uh, um, degree of angle to it. So we're going to try and capture that degree, and we're going to find that there's kind of a bit of a I don't know I don't know what shape they call that, a rhombus or something like that. But if you can kind of catch the outline, we're going to move that over, and then we're going to see that his shorts kind of formulate a triangle. We'll move that over, and then his cape is very simple. So we're just going to take the basic shapes and move that over here, and then we'll refine that. And then the next cut will show that. Okay, so here again we have Batman and his basic shapes, and you'll see I've done just a very easy sketching as I've outlined with very basic shapes. There's his shoulders and his arms, and now we're going to go to refine that to some degree. Okay, and here you can see, if you look closely, that there is a lot of the previous sketch that I overdid, drew over. Proportions weren't exactly correct, but I got the basic framing right, and I've just gone through and I've added some detail. I've darkened it in quite a bit more so that I have more of a framework to work with. Um, Now you can see that there is more than just a passing resemblance. Still very much my own, not nearly uh, what the artwork actually shows, which you'll find your own your own hand creates often just something that can be very far, but sometimes just as interesting as what you're trying to imitate. And I'm gonna just kind of go through and refine this some more and kind of color it in, and then we'll be done. Okay, so now you're here. You're going to see that I've cleaned up a lot of the lines. I've done a lot of erase work. If you get really close, you can see there's still quite a bit left to do, but for the purposes of this video, um, you can see kind of from a distance, the lines look pretty cleaned up. I've started the shading process. I've added some more flaring to his cape. And this, for the intents of this purposes, is pretty much done. So I'm just going to shade it up and then we'll do a comparison. Okay, so here is the somewhat, for the purposes of this video, finished drawing of Batman. As you can see, um, he no longer has just basic shapes. I've filled all that in. But as you've seen from the demonstration of this video, how those basic shapes kind of created this form that he's taken now. Um, Does it look exactly like the artwork on the package? No, it doesn't. There's a lot of mistakes I've made, but if my daughter comes home and looks at this drawing, she's not going to notice the difference. And that's one thing that you got to take when it comes to drawing, just being an artist yourself, is just commit to the mistakes that you've made. And just trust that probably nobody's going to have the attention to detail for your own work that you have. And if you just kind of embrace some of the mistakes that you make, um, oftentimes those things can turn into the coolest parts of your art. So I hope that this video has been somewhat instructive, inspiring, and I want to thank you for your time.